They wanted to break down the Ukrainian, well, the Ukrainians specifically. You know, they were after the Ukrainians. That's why Stalin said, as says 10 million Ukrainians have perished.
So, were you born in Ukraine?
I was born in Ukraine, in Kharkiv. Yeah.
And your parents?
Well, the Germans took us out when in 1943. I was born in 1940. In 1943, the Germans took my parents and me to Germany, to forced labor camps. That's where my parents worked. After the war, there was called repatriation to go home. It was actually a forced repatriation.
Right.
Nobody wanted to go.
Of course.
So because my father said that was Siberia, well, nobody survived.
Right.
So because you were the enemy of the people. If you worked for the Germans, you know, even though you were forced to work, you were automatically an enemy of the people, and you were sent to Siberia for 10 or 15 years, where most of the people have perished.
So Ukrainians couldn't win?
There's no way.
So whatever you did was wrong?
That's right.
So your parents survived the famine. Then they worked as Nazi slaves.
That's right.
And then they had to fight to not get sent back home.
That's right.
Where they would be certainly sent to Siberia and die.
Well, a lot of people committed suicide not to go back. In Germany.
Really?
And Americans couldn't understand why people committed suicide. And now, I mean, it's started. The doors are open. Now we are finding out about Holodomor. Nobody knew anything about it.
Right.
So.
It took 75 years.
That's right.
So.
It was so well hidden.
Well, many of us, myself, I didn't know about it until the 1980s. 50th anniversary commemoration. So maybe in another 25 years, if we're still around, maybe people will know a little bit more. And
well, they will know. Now, we know, the project is to put up the monument and to put up more monuments, so people will be aware that there was such an atrocity committed by the Soviet Union at that time. I actually was from, the orders were given from Moscow.
Yes.
So, I mean, it was against the Ukrainian people, and it was a genocide.
Unquestionably, as much as they may want to deny it. Yeah.
Well, they won't deny it because they deny everything.
So it's very important then that you continue your work to get this monument completed and have it there for people for it to symbolize that that this has happened and that we don't want it to happen again.
Well, this is very important, so people would realize, because a lot of people don't know that the Holodomor has actually happened. And not only amongst the Canadians, amongst the Ukrainians. A lot of the Ukrainians don't know about Holodomor.
Our own community don't know.
Our own community don't know. That's right. And don't forget, in Ukraine itself, also it's over there are some communists that still denying there was a Holodomor.
Yes, there's still people that don't want to have to face.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
this monument will help.
Well, it will help for the people, particularly for the Ukrainian people. This will bring awareness to the rest of the Canadians and to the Ukrainian that there is such atrocity that has happened, and by knowing that what happened, hopefully it will never happen again.
So you're continuing then to raise funds. So if people want to donate, how can they help?
Well, they could contact me at my phone number is 604-291-1191, and they could make out a check to the Ukrainian Orthodox Church of St. Peter and Paul, and at the end of the year they will receive a tax receipt.
Okay.
Because the church has adopted the Holodomor as their project. Also, the cathedral in downtown Vancouver, Sveta Troica, they also have adopted, could make it to them. But make sure you put down on the check that it's a donation for the building of the Holodomor monument.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for telling your story, for giving us the information about this monument, and I hope the listeners will help you complete the project very shortly. And when that does happen, I hope you'll come on and let us know so that we can all come out and commemorate the Holodomor with you and unveil the monument.
Thank you very much for having me and telling the people about the Holodomor monument.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.